How's it going, guys? BGTRazor here from TheJoystickMedia, and today I'm doing a game review on Blacklight Retribution. Now, for those of you who don't know, Blacklight Retribution is a first-person shooter game. It's free to play on Steam, which is the best part of it. It is free. So today I'm going to be covering a few things. I'm going to be covering the graphics, I'm going to be covering the audio, the overall gameplay, the attention to, how much attention you need to put into the game to be successful with the game, and story and the repetitiveness of the game. So first off, I'm going to go over the graphics. Now, the graphics are amazing. I mean, this game was an Xbox Live Arcade game, and still is an Xbox Live Arcade game, and you can buy it on the Xbox Live Arcade for $15, or you could play it on Steam for free. So the graphics in this game are really amazing. They have HD graphics. I recommend at least 4 gigs of RAM computer to run this game with HD graphics, which is about what I'm using. And the next thing I'm going to talk about is the audio. Now, the audio in this game is not the best. There are, not at all times does it not sound. It doesn't sound realistic at all times, is what I'm trying to say. Although it is a game that's supposed to be set in the future. I'm assuming it's supposed to be set in the future because of the gameplay style and because of certain things you can do in the game. So the audio, the fact that the audio of the weapons sometimes does not sound realistic is fine with me, because it's not supposed to sound realistic. These are supposed to be like futuristic type guns. So the audio is good. I like the audio for this game. Now, the overall gameplay, this game is pretty hard. And I'm going to go with gameplay and the attention to gameplay. I'm going to put that two together pretty much. Now, the gameplay is pretty hard. If you're not used to it, you're probably not going to be the best to start off with. I know I wasn't the best at this game to start off with. I was really horrible for this game for a couple days. But once you get into it, and it's a really fun game. Now, of course, with any first-person shooter, you're going to have to pay a lot of attention to what's going on in your surroundings. So it's really attention-focused game. You're going to want to pay attention to everything, and they have a thing called vision mode where you can see through walls, see your enemies, see their names. You're going to want to use that a lot so you can tell where everything's going on and where to avoid certain things and where to flank certain things. Now, the story in this game, there's absolutely no story in this game whatsoever, because it is only a multiplayer game. And I feel a lot more games are going to the just multiplayer side. And the reason why I feel they're doing this is because a lot of games such as Call of Duty or Halo, their campaigns get abused and they don't even get played. So, people only buy their games for the multiplayer, and this, honestly, I don't like that, because a lot of games have really good campaigns, and the gaming industry started off with only campaigns, and there was no multiplayer. But now there is multiplayer, and this is the multiplayer era, the online multiplayer era. And I understand a lot of games are coming out with no campaign, and that's fine for me. But if you're going to come out with a campaign, most likely people are not going to play it. Okay, moving on. Now, the repetitiveness of this game. This game is different every time, because you're going up against new enemies. They're all humanoids. They're all humans that you're fighting. Obviously, there are other people around the world, maybe even in your own state, maybe in your own city, maybe even in your own country. But the variety of weapons in this game is vast. There's a huge variety of customizations in this game, which changes up the gameplay a lot. And there's also these things called the hard suits, and the hard suits are mechs, and what they do is they change up the game to where you're going to have to go out and find a rocket launcher to take out that mech, or you're probably going to lose, because that thing is OP. Now, the game, after every 24 hours, it resets your items that you have bought in the store with credits you earn in-game. Now, this, I don't really like that feature too much, but it's their game, they're going to make it how they want. So that does get repetitive at some point when you do get your stuff reset, and you have to go out and buy everything else from a default gun. You have to remake your gun again. So it does get a little bit repetitive in that sense. Okay, now this is the portion where I'm going to talk about my personal feelings about this game, and note that this is my opinion, and It's my opinion. You can take it or leave it, and you might have a different opinion about this game, but this is my opinion. I believe this game is a really good game. I would recommend it to anyone. I would pay money for this game. And the fact that it's free to play just astounds me. And it still astounds me even though I have the game. There are some things I do not like about this game, like the melee system they have in this game. I don't like it. I've seen it in some other games and I don't like them in the other games either. But other than that, I really I don't really see too many flaws with this game. Other than it gets a tad bit repetitive, the melee system I don't really like, and there's also an issue with the servers that I'm having. I don't know if it's anyone else, but it's really hard for me to get into a server at certain times of the day. So, other than that, this game's a really good game. I recommend it to anyone. I'd give this game a 4.5 out of 5. Just there's certain things about the game. Obviously, there's no story, so that has to drop it a lot, because this is a game review, and I have to review the main features of every game, and story is part of most games. So this game has no story, so that knocks it off some points. Some of the systems that are in this game, my personal feelings, some of the things I talked about in my personal feelings portion, those things also knock it down a bit, and what can you do? I mean, shit happens. I could probably set the controls to something different, but I don't really want to fuck with that too much. So overall, like I said, game 4.5, recommend it to anyone. I want more people to play this game, because there's a bunch of empty servers that it seems like this game's servers are just enough for the people who do play it, and the people who don't play it, it's like the people who do play it, it seems like the servers that are active, it seems like there's just enough for those people who are playing, and there are some people like me who know, where it takes about 20 minutes to get into a game, and that kind of pisses me off, but what can you do? So Blacklight Retribution, get it, play it.